Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining from in the world. My name is Omar. I'm the head of gaming here at Polkastarter, and we're joined today by very, very special guests that we're going to bring onto the stage very soon. We're here to talk about Blockchain Monster Hunt's upcoming game launch that I know many, many of us have been waiting for a very long time. The date has finally been announced, January 25th. So we've got a lot of questions. I'm sure you do too. We'll try to get some of those towards the end of the conversation as well. But we're super excited to be joined today by Cong Li from the team, who will give us an intro into everything that Blockchain Monster Hunt has been working on over the past couple of months, an intro into what they're working on in the next few months as well, and maybe some, insights into things that you might have been wondering about, whether it's through the beta or guilds or anything like that. So just hang in tight, grab a drink, and we're about to start the show. All right, I think we're ready to start. Mic check 1 2. Blockchain Monster Hunt. Cong Li, do we have you on the line?
Hello.
There you go, loud and clear. How are you doing?
Very well. How are you doing? Thanks for hosting me.
Good. No, thanks for joining us. We just did a quick intro, but I'll let you kind of introduce Blockchain Monster Hunt, everything that you've been working on, the team as well, yourself. So please, by all means, everyone, Cong Li from Blockchain Monster Hunt.
Thank you so much for your intro. So my name's Conley, and again, really great to be here with Polkastarter. We have done one AMA before with Polkastarter when we list our token back like 3 months ago, and now finally we are launching our game, and would like to come here and introduce what we have done thus far, and to let you know about the exciting activities that we have and the features that that we have for game launch. Yeah, so my name is Kongli, and I have my background is in mobile gaming. So I was like product manager for mobile games for a company in South Asia called Garena, and I've been publishing games in South Asia and Latin America, and I'm really fascinated of the current rise in NFT trend and the potential it has when combined with games. And my mission is to bring NFT games to the mainstream because I believe there's so much potential, and it will change how the gaming industry is. So yeah, so that's a little bit about myself.
Yeah, thanks for that. And regarding the team, could you talk to us a bit more about the Blockchain Monster Hunt team? How did you guys even come up with this idea? When did you meet? Where was the inception of the whole concept? I think just give us a nice, quick little intro. We are very familiar with you, obviously, at Polkastarter, but for everyone else listening in.
For sure. Yeah, so our team is 27 people. We are from all over the world. As you know, like crypto and NFT is a decentralized world, and then we have people from everywhere, from North America to Asia to Europe. I myself is based in London, and we have 27 from developers, software engineers, marketing, BD, game designer, data scientists, and most notable of the key members are my co-founders who were previously working as software engineers at Google and Facebook, and they left Facebook and Google for to find this startup and work on the game. They are my ex colleague in the gaming company that was mentioned about. So we went different path, and now we're back again. We yeah, as I mentioned, we really want to um, bring like a good gaming experience that's combined with NFT to all the users, and this is our first product. So let's see how it goes.
Nice. No, definitely, that's great, and it's great to kind of obviously meet again on this project. I think that's a perfect segue into the next question, which was tell us a bit more about the game itself. What is Blockchain Monster Hunt exactly?
Yeah, so Blockchain Monster Hunt is I would say a NFT collectible game. So you try to collect, hunt for monsters, train them, battle them, to earn rewards, but also to try to collect as many monsters. So it's inspired by Pokemon, where you try to collect as many monsters in your Pokedex, right? So we came up with some same idea. We have 5 red monsters, 6 elementals, and 11 elementals and 6 different types of rarities. And we just want to a universe of monsters where you can go and catch and basically have fun with the process. So you know how people have been collecting a lot of like these NFTs, right? But we want people to have a fun way to do so. That's why we combine NFT collectible with game, and we hope this process is fun for players. And that's about it.
No, that's great. Thanks for that intro. So in terms of like the actual game itself, I know one thing that definitely stands out about it is the concept of being multi-chain. And I know that you claim to be the first multi-chain game as well. So could you tell us a bit more about that and why that is kind of important, or how you define that concept of being a multi-chain game?
Yeah, so a multi-chain game basically means we built our game on different blockchains. So you know how usually games are built on one particular chain, right? Like it used to be Ethereum and then Binance Smart Chain, but we also like integrate many more. So like Polygon, Avalanche, Moonbeam. We try to integrate as many blockchains as possible. We still have more in the pipeline, and what that allows is we will try to connect all different communities together, all different currently fragmented blockchain communities together, who can all play our game. And apart from that, we can also create a really fun way for people to play our game. For example, we put certain monsters of certain element on one chain, and then certain other monsters on other chains. So people have to, for example, catch a water monster on one chain and have to bring the NFT across to another chain to catch a fire monster, for example. So that will be fun for the players with all these cross-chain interactions. Yeah, and but basically, the bottom line is we allow many people from different chains to come together and play. And what does that have? What does that have like implication in the long term? Is that we don't depend on any one chain. Players like, for example, Ethereum and Binance might be popular now, but it has its own problem, right? Like Ethereum has really high transaction fees. Binance margin is not really decentralized. So like you never know when another blockchain might rise and become more popular. That's why having a game built on multiple blockchains will also allow us to reduce our dependency on any particular chain and grow in the long term. And we might provide even this integration for other games in the future. So that is our longer term vision. And yeah, sorry about the slightly long explanation.
No worries. I was actually going to ask you the next question was, which chains have you integrated so far then in this case?
Yeah, so I mentioned we integrated the Ethereum chain, Binance Smart Chain. Obviously, those are biggest, and then uh, Polygon, Moonbeam. These two have all invested in us or give us grant to do this project, and also Avalanche and KuCoin community chain are the chains that we have integrated, and then we'll integrate many more. Also develop our own side chain that will be optimized for gaming. So that chain is called Ambros, and we'll be planning to launch it in 3 to 4 months' time.
Great. No, I'm excited for that then, and I think there'll only be more and more chains to come, and hopefully blockchain monster will continue to kind of integrate them as well. My next question is a bit more specific on the monsters themselves. So could you talk to us a bit more about the NFTs?
Yeah, so in our blockchain monster universe, the NFTs are we have currently 500 of them. They are divided into three species. One is the Genesis species, which are not created from the game, but which we released through an NFT sales 3 months ago. The second type of NFTs is the wild NFTs, so the ones players will be catching in the game, and the third one is the artificial type, where it will be created by breeding, which is a feature that we'll release later. In terms of rarity, I mentioned before that we have 6 different rarities, and from the common, uncommon, rare, mythical, and the rarest type of monsters will appear once in every 25 years. So that will be exciting to see them. And how the monsters appear don't really depend on the developers. That's the beauty of blockchain games, where uh, every monsters will be created depending on the block hash of each blockchain. So um, as long as the block hash meets a certain requirement of it, the monster will appear from in the game. So that's another exciting part of blockchain monster hunt. And in terms of elementals, we have 11 elementals like fire, water element, darkness, etc. And each has its own strengths and weaknesses. So there'll be like fun interaction between them. So you have to catch, like you have to build your basically your team to be able to catch more and more monsters.
That sounds really exciting. In terms of actually playing the game, do players need to start playing with monsters? As in, do they need to buy the NFTs to first start playing the game?
Yeah, they need to players need to buy at least one NFT to start. So you can get them from the marketplace using our token or any other popular tokens.
Cool. I
You
mean, I think personally, my favorite trait is the fire trait. I don't know, it just reminds me of Charizard from Pokemon. So I wanted to ask you maybe a bit more about the traits and kind of the logic there, or the the reasoning behind it and how it kind of works within the game.
Yeah, so basically, uh, I will send you guys like a chart where you can see. I don't know myself all how they interact. I just know fire can be easily be caught by water monster. That's quite common sense,
Typically.
right? Yeah, yeah. But we try to base that quite close to Pokemon because their logic is very good. So we try to base it on that. But apart from that, in the game, how it works is that when you have water monster, then you'll be able to increase your chances of catching a fire monster. So you know, like we have a base rate of catching a monster, for example, 20%. And if you own a water monster, you'll be able to have that increase to 30%. So that's how it's like a catch assistant, and that's why it's always good to have as many monsters as possible of different elemental type.
Right. You mentioned the token, which I'm about to get into, but I just wanted to get kind of sidetracked a bit and ask you
Mhm.
about the game itself. Can you talk to us about the actual game in the sense of, I know you've started off in the beta with the PvE, but I also know that your plans are now to also integrate, obviously, PvP into the gameplay. So could you tell us a bit more maybe about the player interaction with both of these modes, and how you kind of see them fit together in the game?
Yeah, for sure. We started with like PVE. It's still a main feature for us right now. Basically, players start with creating their own avatar and then select at least one monster to go into the multiverse. We call it the multi-chain metaverse, and then people will be able to see each other and then see the monsters of all the chains, but they can catch the monsters if they are on a particular chain. Yeah, so that's PvE. They'll try to catch, I mean, as many monsters as possible. Of course, the rare ones will appear less frequently, so they need to watch out for that and catch those monsters. They can also battle monsters to train and increase their level. And for PvP, we want to add a social element to it. That's why, and a competitive element to it. That's why that's PvP. Players can bring 3, 4 monsters in the battle and battle with other people, and they can earn rewards from doing so. Yeah, for PvE, they can also earn rewards by fighting monsters. The stronger monsters, the more rewards they can get.
Cool. All right. Thanks for that. Let me then go back to my question about the token itself. So the BCMC token. In terms of the tokenomics of the game, I know this is a question that comes up a lot in the play to earn space. I know a lot of players care about, obviously, the tokenomics of the game and things like that. How do you ensure that you still have a sustainable model as a game, as a play to earn game specifically?
Yeah, so the one of the things we do to ensure that is we partner with a lot of chains. As you can see, that's a unique thing that we do for the play experience as well as for the tokenomics of the game, because partnership with different chains give us grants, right, and investment, and then we can use that investment to add into the reward pool. So that's where players can earn. And what that does to the chain is that they players will try on new chains, right? For example, now they are mostly on the more popular chains, but for example, if there's like some incentive to play on another chain, they'll move to another chain, right? Like Polygon or KuCoin community chain. They try to experiment on other chains, and this brings user um, to other blockchains. So that's a win-win situation for both, and that's how the model of play earn can be sustained as well. Of course, there are other factors like how you balance the reward, how you adjust the difficulty, and etc. But that's an additional thing that we do to ensure sustainability of the game.
No, that's great to hear. And then in terms of, I think you brought up the community. We talked a bit more, obviously, about the community caring about the tokenomics. So the game, as we said earlier, is set to launch on January 25th.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, obviously, as well. But do you have anything lined up for the community in terms of events, giveaways, things like that?
Yeah. Watch out for all the exciting events that's coming. Actually, in the past 3 open beta testnet that we have done, we have always run really exciting events on Discord, on Twitter, a lot of airdrops giveaway. So watch out for that. But currently, what we are doing is like a shared trailer event where players can just share trailer with their friends, and get more people to try out our game. Then they will earn. They'll have a chance to earn our exclusive NFTs. So just check out Twitter for that. Apart from that, just watch out for more exciting events coming soon.
No, that's great. I mean, I'm definitely excited myself. I wanted to ask in terms of the beta because you actually mentioned it. So perhaps what were your, I want to say, biggest learnings from the community and the players that were playing the beta, or maybe what are some things that you can share with us from those past beta versions that you ran on the testnet?
For sure. So actually, we have revamped our game completely from the first closed beta version. We initially had a timeline kind of interface, which was quite difficult for players to understand. So we switched to a metaverse kind of feature, because that's the kind of the hype currently going on, right? And then it's much easier for players to understand, especially those who have played Pokemon before. It's much easier for people to visualize. We have also balanced and tested a lot on the earning aspect, and try to balance the reward system, especially to create like a auto difficulty adjustment system. So this is super important and quite unique to ourselves. Um, it is when more people join the game or more rewards are farmed, then the difficulty will increase. So with less reward, there's higher of NFT of chances for NFT to die. Yeah, and it's imagine it's as a master volume, right? So you can easily adjust that, because a lot of games now are struggling with a good tokenomic system. So that's was our main focus for the past 2 versions. We also added a PvP exactly for the reason I just mentioned, for the social aspect of it and a competitive aspect of it. Yeah, and all these changes, I want to note, is really thanks to all the players who have played the game, test the game for us, and have been really like passionate about giving us feedback and suggestions. Yeah, so I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who have done that.
No, we appreciate that definitely, and I think the players will appreciate it as well. I also wanted to ask in terms of partnerships, and obviously also since your game has a PvP and a PvE, different kind of modes and settings, what are your plans to work with, obviously, guilds in this case? And perhaps just talk to us a bit more about the partnerships that you got lined up.
Yeah, so we have the main partnership for us are the infrastructure, so blockchains. We have all these different blockchains invest directly in us and support us with integrating their blockchains and also bring their users towards us. We also have partnered with 10 different launch pads, not just for the listing, but for the NFT sales. So we can bring more users from all these different launch pads to our game. And as you mentioned, the most important and kind of our focus right now is on guilds. And we are really happy to participate with all the guilds, including Polkastarter Gaming Guild. We have added dedicated guild features into our game. So one of the very few games who have done that. So basically what it does is as one account, guild account, you can manage 100 members for the lowest tiers. For highest, you can manage up to 500 members. So currently, all the guilds are managing their people manually through Excel sheet, and it's not scalable and it's not convenient, right? So what we do is create this feature for them to manage all their members, from payout to performance, like see how many monsters they catch, how many rewards they farm from the game, and also uh, like managing how much of the revenue goes to the game guild members. So I believe it's really convenient for all the guilds to onboard us. So that's really exciting, and we currently have partnership with 3 guilds, including Polkastarter. So that's really exciting.
Right, and that brings me to the future plans conversation. So, in terms of your roadmap, what's next? I know obviously the 25th of January has probably been that looming date that you've been thinking about day and night and kind of looking forward to and also fearing in a way, but you're almost there now. It's 3 days away. What's next for Blockchain Monster Hunt? What are your plans beyond? I want to say in the next couple months, but also in the next years to come as well for the game.
Yeah, so in the next couple of months, definitely it's to continue to grow the game by adding more and more.
Sorry, Con. Could you unmute?
Oh, sorry, did I mute myself?
Yeah, sorry. Could you just go ahead again?
Oh, so
I
sorry
think
about that.
we
So
lost you
sorry.
at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah, sorry about that. So we have a lot of exciting plans coming up. So in the short term, in a couple of months, of course, it's launching the game, adding more and more features to grow our user base, to make the gaming experience better for players. We also have NFT staking, where players can stake their NFTs and then earn BCMC, our token. Players can also stake the BCMC. That will come slightly later. So this is a benefit for all the token holders. Obviously, we want to uh, have that. We'll continue to integrate more and more chains, onboard more and more guilds to grow our ecosystem. So that's in the short term. In the long term, what we want to do is we are building more and more infrastructure to so chains, and if we also have like in-house infrastructure to transfer assets, NFT tokens across different chains. So that's already up. We want to support players, but also want to promote cross-chain interactions. And also, we want to support other projects with making their projects, the games, a multi-chain project, because we believe that's the future. So we want to provide a different infrastructure kind of solutions to these different projects, and that will be in the longer term.
That's great. No, it all sounds very, very exciting. I think everyone's looking forward to the game launch. I know I personally am. And I know that everyone at PGG as well and Polkastarter Gaming Guild is looking forward to starting to actually playing the game. Thank you so much for all of the information that you just shared. I wanted to just, before going into maybe a quick Q&A with the audience, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the community, or anything that you haven't touched on, or maybe that we haven't asked yet that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I just want to share that we are gonna come up with a full trailer soon. So we have released a teaser, and that will be really exciting. And yeah, so just watch out for that on our social media channels.
Perfect. All right. Great. So then maybe let's start getting some questions from the audience. Whoever wants to maybe come up to the stage and speak and ask a question to the Blockchain Monster Hunt team, please feel free to request. Also, if you're joining in and tuning in on Discord, on Polkastarter Gaming Guild, feel free to drop your questions over there in text as well. Right. I think we've got one. 𝗵𝗲𝗿𝘁𝗁.
How are you doing?
Hello.
How you doing? I had a question. So I'm still new to like the whole blockchain gaming thing, and like just getting into it and all that, doing the research and everything that I need to do to learn all about it. So like the whole point with your guys' idea is to basically it's the whole play to earn title, right? So you're just going to be playing, earning some tokens, not even tokens, but also NFTs on the side, that could maybe be based on like rarity, that might also, how do you say, like rise up in price value maybe as the game continues to grow popular. Like what would be some like tips and advice from you as the owner of the game, like for people that are starting out brand new into like the whole idea of blockchain gaming?
Sure, that's a really fair question. So I would say that um, because the space is growing, it's fairly new. So what I would suggest, not just for blockchain monster hunt, but like for in general, to select the game carefully, because there are so many games that cater to different people who want to invest, want to have to play to for entertainment value. So my suggestion is to carefully do research and only play the games that you feel is credible and have a long-term kind of vision for it. And regarding blockchain monster, and obviously, it's maybe a tip I would want to share is try to level up your monsters quickly, so you can catch rare monsters instead of try to catch one monster at an early stage. So that's a tip actually from players who try to play our game and give us feedback. Yeah, so train your monster to a high level so you can be able to catch more rare monsters when they appear.
Thank you very much.
Right. Thanks for the question.
Any more questions?
Yep. If we've got any more questions, feel free to request, guys. Okay, Marius, you're up.
Hello, I have also a question. So please, I mean, I'm from Europe. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, I'm from Europe, and I was wondering, because there are difference. I don't want to be rude or something like that, but in Europe we have something like the minimum salary, something like it's 800 euros. In America, probably it's I don't know, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or something like that. In the Asian countries, their salary is something like, I don't know, 100 euro for the month or something like that. How much can you gain in the games? And how much can you making something like separation between those ones, or it's your all unique like this, or everybody from Europe, from America, and from Asian countries, they can win the same amount of money, or how it's going on?
Sorry, if I understand you correctly, is that the starting point is different in terms of how much money you have to invest to buy the NFTs to start,
Yes,
right?
to buy the NFT to start, it's a unique price, and after that, how much can you gain out of this?
Okay, yeah, I understand your question. So for our game, it's the mechanism is flexible, so you can buy like really expensive monster. For example, the monster that we sold, the most expensive we sold during the NFT is around at that time was around $600.
Right.
And then the less common one was $150. But in our game, right, if you buy from that point, so if you buy a more rare monster that will give you, for example, monster, you can increase the catch rate on monster by 20% for certain element, right? But you can also have a lower starting point. Like you can just catch like super common. Of course, it will be slower for you to level up and start earning. Uh, but what we're trying to do is to cater to all players of all different backgrounds, and for the earning aspect, in, it's something we still fine tuning. So and we will see how it goes.
All right. So this is,
Yeah. So
this is
I can't promise anything, but it's a dynamic kind of model. So
all
yeah.
right. So if you want to do only this, is something like how many NFTs do you need to get involved, or how many coins do you need to earn? So in the period of the month's time, like you need to change for going to work, to change this one to be your work. To don't go no more to the normal job and just start to win in this gaming style.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, I was wondering how many NFTs or how much money you need to get involved in this. And after that, you can start to earn something like the medium of 1,500 or maybe more than 1,500 euros for a European country like this.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't have any number. Like really depends on the starting point, right? Like for example, in our game we have monsters of different element, and in order to kind of catch certain monsters, you want to have as many elements as possible, right? So that's like kind of towards the high investment side. But you can also start with one monster and catch one by one slowly. Yeah. So uh, I believe we don't really have kind of a benchmark of exactly how much you earn and how much money like return you'll get. That really depends on so many factors, right? Like the market currently, it's going down.
Yes.
Also, like how many players are there in the game, right? To be able to to play with each other and earn. So a lot of like questions.
All right.
But what we want to do
Yeah.
is to create a fair system, and a system that it's balanced and it's sustainable in the long term. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks for the question, Maris.
Any more questions? Thanks so much for all these questions. Really fair questions.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions? Any more requests coming up? Okay, I'll give it a couple more seconds. Okay, I guess, oh, no, never mind. 𝗖𝗄𝘁 is back with another question. Okay, let's take this one and then maybe let's wrap things up. 𝗖𝗄𝘁.
Go ahead.
How you doing? Sorry, I had another question for you guys here coming from Nevada.
No worries.
Just wanting to see what would you guys' predictions be based off of the BCMC coin, for like the future? Like, do you guys have any like maybe layer 2 predictions or any type of implications that you're going to try to add to it later, maybe later in the future as your guys' company maybe gets bigger, you know, and more, how do you say, popular?
Like you mean add to the use case of the token? Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, so basically right now, as I just mentioned, we have not done like certain things like staking, right? Which is really popular for players right now. It's something that we want to do to increase the number of holders, and also we want to encourage people to obviously hold the token. Yeah, so we have NFT staking where people can earn BCMC, and then we will have like BCMC staking on its own, so players can hold PNC and BCMC and stake. And also we are having a VIP tier in which where you hold more tokens, you can get more benefits. Like for example, for the guilds, they need to hold at least 100,000 of BCMC to open to like reach platinum level of the VIP tier, and start and have the like guild feature where you can open your guild to 100 members. So we will add more and more token use cases to the game, but those are the current use case right now. And I want to mention one more thing that's unique to our game is the NFT burn feature, where you when you battle with other monsters, you have a chance. There'll be a chance for your monster to die, like your NFT will burn, like sent to a anti wallet address. And in order to prevent that from happening, you need to use the token. So right now it's not the BCMC, it's the governance token, but you need to convert that to the energy currency, where you can buy insurance for your NFTs. So that's another kind of use case, and we will think and add more and more to um, to increase the use case of our token.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks,
Well-
𝗺cie. I think maybe that sparked a few more questions because we've got a couple of requests. So let me actually bring one more person on. Jintara, you're on.
Yeah, I have a question. Is it going to be only play to earn, or will there be possibilities to earn without playing, like in Metaverse, for example?
Sorry, can you repeat that question, please?
Yeah. So from what I understood, it was that it was going to be only play to earn model. So not like, for example, like in decentralized, you can own places and earn on that.
Oh, actually, we have plans for that. If you see our roadmap in Q2 of this
Mhm.
year, what we plan to do is to sell lands, and to players can also rent the gyms where they can like battle monsters, just like in the real Pokemon. So they can earn land. Yeah, it's something that we're gonna do in the roadmap for sure, because it's such a big part of
Yeah.
the current hype right now. Yeah,
Great.
for sure.
Thanks for your answer.
Thanks for the question. I think we'll take just one more question from Nate. Nate, you're on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Hope you guys are having a good day. I was just curious of what engine the game is running on, and you said interoperability. Are the NFTs going to be able to be taken from game to game, or is this just more of a staking situation?
Sorry, I didn't get the second part of your question.
Are the NFTs able to be moved between games?
Oh, it depends. So for the second question, let me answer you first. Is right now it all depends on the partnership that the game will do, right? So later on, I think we will have partnership, as in like we have a lot of VCs that invest on several games, and we have these intros to other games. So it depends on whether other games integrate our NFTs to their games, right? But right now, we do have like potential partnership, for example, with Chain Guardians to move NFTs across. Yeah, and
Right.
hopefully it depends on how popular our game is in the future as well. So the more popular the game, the more like partnership possibilities you can do with all these great games out there.
My first question was, what game engine are you running on?
The first question, it's Unity.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, when's the rug pull?
What's it? No, we don't have that. Yeah, we can see, you can see like our token is locked for like private for 1 year, and our like token release is in 12 years. So there's no such thing.
All right, cool. I think let's wrap things up then. Thank you so much for your time. I think we learned a lot of things about the project. Obviously, I think what you guys are building is definitely great in terms of the multi-chain concept, and everything that you've managed to accomplish with the previous betas that have come out so far has been great. I think I can speak on behalf of a lot of the gamers in the community that have tried the game, that are very excited about just the concept and how similar it is to some of their favorite games in the past, whether it's, you know, Pokemon or like the average fun kind of standard PvP games. I think you guys bring a lot of different complexities with the traits and things like that as well. Again, best of luck for the 25th of January, which is the official game launch. I'll let you actually sign us out, Cong, if you don't mind. So maybe just leave us with a few kind of parting words from the BCM Hunt team. And yeah, thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks again for hosting me, and thanks all the Polkastarter community for tuning in and for supporting our project since IDO and until now. So have a great weekend, guys. Bye bye.
It's been a pleasure. Take care. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.